Hey everybody, this is Clint Gage with Cinefix on Moviefone. I'm sitting down with Gary Walkow, one of the filmmakers in the Beyond program at Slamdance this year. Tell us a little bit about your projects.
Well, this film, The Trouble with Dot and Harry, completes a trilogy. The first film was The Trouble with Dick, which won the grand prize at Sundance in 1987. I then had a film called Crashing, which was a follow-up to The Trouble with Dick, which stars Lizzie Kaplan and David Cross, Campbell Scott, which was at Slamdance in 2007. And this film is another follow-up to The Trouble with Dick, but in this case it stars my two children, Dot and Harry, hence The Trouble with Dot and Harry.
What's it like working with your own children?
Tough being both the father and director on the set. Definitely conflated a couple of roles there.
Right, there's a little bit of overlap somewhere in there.
It's the one film I've ever made. I wish I had a camera to do behind the scenes, because it was just, you have conversations with them on the set were almost like conversations in the movie. But that said, it wasn't just them as my kids in the movie, it's them as acting. I mean, there's some very powerful acting, I believe, in the film. And it's not just me being proud dad.
Right,
I hope. Yeah.
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about what the Trouble with Dot and Harry is about.
The Trouble with Dot and Harry is about the first one was called The Trouble with Dick. It's about a writer called Richard Kindred. And in the case of this movie, he is an American novelist. He's kind of down on his luck financially. So he comes over to England to visit his ex-girlfriend because he's got a chance to write a magazine article. And he's never met her kids before. And they're a handful. And soon after he arrives, she needs to go off for a family emergency, and she leaves him with the kids. And he's a bachelor. He's never taken care of kids before. And he gets this assignment to write about high-end coffee shops around England. So he's got to take these two very reluctant kids on this road trip around England. And he doesn't like coffee. And the kids have their own secret agenda. They've never met their biological father, and they tell him they want to go to this Nintendo shop. They'll do that if he doesn't trade for going around to the coffee shop. So they've got a secret agenda, and it's like an American indie road film, but in England.
Being in this community for close to 30 years now, how has the landscape for independent filmmaking changed over the years?
Well, I mean, the whole world has changed. Very empowering, the digital technology. Back when I made The Trouble with Dick, the bar was fairly high, and if somebody made a film, you said, "Oh, that person made a film. That's interesting. Who's that person?" Whereas now, you could basically make a feature with those cameras they're interviewing us with now, or I've got one in my bag, or you could actually some people make films with their iPhone now. Mm-hmm. So the bar is much, much lower in terms of act. So that's why and the noise level's higher too, in terms of like, I think even for Slamdance, they had 6,000 submissions. So
if for people wanting to find out more about The Trouble with Dot and Harry, where can we go to find that out?
You can go to dotandharry.com. You can even send me an email there. I'll probably answer you.
There you go.
How's that for the personal touch?
Sounds great. Well, Gary, thanks for sitting down with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And chatting with us. And thank you for watching. Make sure you stay here on Moviefone for the rest of our Slamdance coverage.